I'm here because I am a roaring lion crying out righteousness. It appears to me that Jack Smith is going to indict Trump on insurrection charges, an attempt to defraud the federal government and to deprive people of their constitutional rights. That's what that indictment's going to come down on. It isn't that they're interested in Trump and they're going to get Giuliani and that other woman, that crazy lawyer, and the pillow man, the My Pillow guy. No, they're going to indict Trump. And if that is not enough, Fani Willis is winding up her investigation there in Georgia on the infamous Brad Raffensperger's telephone call where Trump called and asked for 11,880 votes or something of that nature. And it appears that what Fani Willis is going to do is going to indict people like Lindsey Graham, Rudolph Giuliani, according to the forewoman of the grand jury that after that grand jury had met then, and now going back a couple of months ago, she said there's going to be a whole lot of people indicted, and I believe Giuliani will be one of them, Lindsey Graham another, maybe Mark Meadows will be indicted, and definitely Trump will be indicted there in Atlanta. And Fani Willis, the Attorney General for the county of Fulton County, has asked all the judges in that local court area to clear their calendars because there are going to be so many people that's going to be indicted from the Georgia Brad Raffensperger's telephone call that the judges won't be able to handle nothing else but all that people that Fani Willis is going to indict. So we could see indictments come down by the end of the month from Jack Smith on the assault on the Temple of Democracy, the January 6th event. That would be tremendous, humongous. And that would be, I think, perhaps the biggest indictment yet. The Mar-a-Lago is a little, well, it's not insignificant. By the way, can somebody tell me what was Trump doing with those documents if he wasn't going to use them to sell information to Kim Jong-un, to Vladimir Putin, to Xi Jinping, to a bunch of other people that fell over there in Turkey? What was he doing with all those documents? I mean, my office is cluttered enough. I got enough junk in there. I'm looking to throw stuff away. Not every year, so I have to clean out my office. I got stuff, documents, paper, sermon notes, all kind of birthday cards stacked up the wazoo. What was he doing hoarding all this stuff? There's some people that are professional hoarders. I hope you're not one because you think I'm talking about you. They never throw away anything. They never throw away a McDonald's wrapper, a Kentucky Fried Chicken, cup. So can somebody tell me what? And then when the government asked for them for 18 months, the National Archives, then they asked the FBI and the Justice Department, tell Trump to bring these documents back. He wouldn't do it. Then he lied to his lawyers, he told the lawyers, I'm giving you everything. I'm giving it. And he had thousands of documents. Okay. What was he doing with all those documents? I mean, I thought he was, I'm going to sell this information to Kim Jong-un, make myself some money, hold y'all over a barrel. I'm going to Kim Jong-un, He didn't do that, or it appears he didn't do it. So I figured, what's the boy doing? And so now he's been indicted there. Now he's got this woman, Eileen Cannon, down there in Fort Pierce, is going to oversee the trial. He's supposed to be meeting in 52 minutes. He's going to be meeting, his lawyers are going to have to be in court in Fort Pierce in 51 minutes now. His lawyers are going to have to be in court in Fort Pierce, and they're going to be setting a date for the trial. Trump has asked that the trial be held until after the 2024 elections. I don't think that's going to happen. And we'll see what Eileen Cannon will do when the trial will be. But this thing could be, I can tell you this, it's not going to be easy in America. It's not going to be an easy summer. And the other thing is that, people like Kevin McCarthy and, well, not Mitch McConnell, but, Jim Jordan and a bunch of these other people and Nikki Haley and all the others, and Marjorie Taylor Greene all running around here talking about it's a witch hunt and it's a political prosecution. I mean, political prosecution? First they tried. First, this is you got to. I mean, if anybody who has respect for somebody like Marjorie Taylor Greene or Jim Jordan or Lauren Boebert or Chip Roy or some of the others, and if Kevin McCarthy and Steve Scalise, and then these Republicans in general, Ted Cruz and a bunch of others, Lindsey Graham's. You know what they said? Can I talk to you? Y'all saw that. Y'all saw the assault on the Temple of Democracy. Y'all saw those thousands of men with those red hats on, right? And there wasn't one black man in the crowd, right? A black man, he's not black, he's a Hamite. But there wasn't one in the crowd. At least I didn't see one. I swear. Trump got up. Kevin McCarthy got up. What's that senator's name out there? What's his name? Boy, run out and put his fist up in there. Said it was Black Lives Matter and Antifa. I swear, I've heard some lies in my day. Trust me, boy, I've been around the barn. I've heard some lies that'll make some of the biggest lies. Poke Pinocchio's nose grow beyond the elephant's snout. But then, right after insurrection, when they finally, the January 6th committee met and they started talking about, investigating, they started saying it was Black Lives Matter and Antifa that stormed the Capitol. I said, all these white men, all these red caps, all these white faces, the guy who was the shaman with all that bull stuff going on said that was Antifa. I swear. That's what Trump said. Now, Trump will lie about it. Trump will lie about it. Trump will tell any kind of lie. The man has no shame. Trump said it was Black Lives Matter. Trump said it was Antifa. Now they're saying it's Joe Biden that's doing a political witch hunt, that is political opposition. But Trump, they broke the windows at the Capitol, Let me tell you something. Make us straight. All right, let's had that been Black Lives Matter or Antifa, all that manpower out there on the streets of Washington D.C. assaulting the Temple of Democracy, there'd have been some shooting. Them guards would not have been fist fighting. The Capitol Hill police was fist fighting with all them guys. Listen, had them guys been Black Lives Matter and Antifa, they would have shot them. We all know that. But Trump lied, and Kevin McCarthy lied, said it was Antifa. Lauren Boebert said, is that Marjorie Taylor Greene said it was Antifa. That wasn't Trump supporter. That was Antifa out there doing that. Then they said, wait a minute, this don't make no sense. So, well, it wasn't all Antifa and Black Lives Matter, but it was Antifa who was stirring up white people. I laughed. I said, Lord have mercy. Ooh, this is better than Comedy Central. He said that they got 10,000 white men out there on the lawn of the Capitol building, and said a handful of Antifa was influencing all these white men to go hang Mike Pence. Oh, Lord have mercy. Boy, Trump can lie, and his people lie. Now he's saying, that it's a political opposition. This indictment is coming down. Okay. Okay, let's see how far we can get there. But and Fannie Willis, this Jack Smith, I expected that. But I'm really curious. This Fannie Willis seems to be more thorough than anybody. This woman, I would start talking about the way she looks. See, I shouldn't do that. Be talking about people's looks. It's not polite, right? What she looks like. So I ain't gonna say nothing. But I understand she's very thorough, right? So we are in for a hot summer. It ain't just caliente hot. It ain't El Nino and La Nina. We got a smoking summer. And the other thing is that I'm thinking, well, how's Trump going to deal with all of this? The indictment at Mar-a-Lago. He actually might get off on that, because that Eileen Cannon woman, I think she's off her rocker. And by that I mean I think she's going to try to help Trump out. And I find it hard to get a jury down there in Fort Pierce, Florida, where they love Trump. They love that boy down there, even though he lied and said all them white men were being led by a couple of Antifa people. Trump said, had not been for all those, there hadn't been for those handful of black men out there stirring up white men, and he got them white men stirred up and they stormed the Capitol. They still love him, though. They still love him. So I think that maybe, he might get off down there in Florida, but I don't think he'll get off in Washington. Jack Smith, indicts that boy for insurrection, assault upon a temple. I think that might be the end of him. And the other thing is that, well, is he going to be able to continue to run his campaign? Let me tell you something. I'm facing. Well, actually, we got 3 cases in court. We got a case against a guy named Mark Anderson. We're suing him for malpractice. We got a case in the federal court. We're suing the city of New York. I've taken on the city of New York, its entire law department, and the Mellon Bank, its entire law department. I've taken them on. I got a team that's working with me, obviously. And we got that case going on. And potentially we might have another case going on. And it's taking a toll on me. I mean, I'm tired. All these papers and filings and court documents and I'm tired. And I just got 1 or 2 cases. And I have not been indicted. On every case I've got, I met with someone told me a few months ago, from now on, let everybody else be the defendant and you be the complainant. For all my life, every time I've ever been in a courtroom, somebody was after me. Now I'm after somebody, and I ain't just after anybody. I'm after the city of New York and the Mellon Bank. But still, Trump is facing indictment. He's facing humiliation, possible jail time. And what will happen if all of a sudden, the MAGA people say, okay, all right, we've gone as far as we can go with you, Trump. We ain't going no further. And he drops about 10 points in the polls. That, I think, every time he's been indicted so far, he rises in the polls. A lot of people say Ron DeSantis is falling. No, Ron DeSantis ain't falling. Trump is just rising. All these indictments because people are still with him. But I don't know. The title of this segment is called Howard Stern was right. Howard Stern said Trump should have never ran for president. That Trump does not have the integrity, the honesty. Trump, in all of his life, has been one of the biggest BSs on the planet, and he ain't gonna change. He didn't change. He called Trump the BS president, and he was. And by the way, I have to tell you that I did give my support to Trump at one point, and then I'll tell you why. Even though later the Lord informed me that he was the trigger of the tribulation, I'll talk more about that as well. But I thought that Trump was going to exonerate me by going after Barack Hussein, the long-legged Mac Daddy Obama, and then the birth certificate. And the fact that Obama was getting ready to rob the integrity of the Hamite people. I said this, listen, I am not a racist, but I said, now listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. Now, I'm down here in North Carolina. If we're going to have a black president, he got to have a black mama. On the Christmas card, sitting up in the White House, I want to see a sister. I said, listen, we have a black president. Why can't it be somebody like Martin Luther King's wife? What's her name? Coretta Scott King. Or Nancy Wilson, Shirley Chisholm or somebody. Well, we're going to say our black president, but he got a white mama. They take a Christmas card, and then the black president sitting there with his white mama. Then I want to see a black woman in the White House. Now, that ain't racist. About the man, the race. He that man, I ain't no racist. I just figured, I just thought that, if we're going to celebrate this family bloodline thing, his mama need to be, well, actually ain't no such thing as a black person, as I know that, but I'm just making the language accessible to everybody here today. But Howard Stern was right. Trump should have never done this. That boy is in more trouble you can shake a stick at. And then his son-in-law, Jared, and his daughter, Ivanka, have ditched him. Oh, Lord have mercy. Talking about ain't no loyalty in that family. Jared Kushner walked away from Saudi Arabia with $2 billion. And that, and so they all gone now. They ain't standing by Trump. I don't even know who's standing by. I don't know where Melania is right now. I don't know what she's up to. But Howard Stern was right. Trump should have never ran for president, should have become president. He just didn't have the tip. Trump is the kind of person who he's like a snowball rolling down the hill.